All right. Where, yes, Google Australia censorship. Mike got an update on the not so critical update. That was pretty neat.
Beat slam.
Oh,
Beat slam.
Censor.
that one.
Ship.
Body drop.
In. Pod drop. Don't like the mark drop.
John's first ever intro. I love it. I'm so glad I'm the one that gets to do the story following this. So I like this story. I have mixed feelings. I feel kind of ambivalent about this story because hate Google, right? I mean, I don't hate Google. Privacy people hate Google. I love Google. It's great for advertising. However, in this case, there's a free speech issue.
Fuck you, Mike.
So what happened in this case is I'll just read a little bit from the article. In 2016, George Defteros, a Victoria state lawyer whose past clients included individuals including Melbourne notorious gangland killings, contacted Google, the company, to remove a 2004 article about his involvement in murder charges prosecutors filed against him related to the deaths of 3 men. The charges were dropped in 2005, but he was asking Google to remove the search results link to the story about this case. Google didn't do it. He sued them and got $40,000 in defamation. Pretty bad, right?
I just want to. Can I just say this?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I totally mangled that summary of the story.
No. You did great. You did great.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say that there's a bad article. There's a bad article about you, but it's actually not true, right? Like this, where people are Googling this guy because they want to hire him as their lawyer, and the first result is he was charged with whatever. But it actually wasn't the case, and the charges were dropped, and he wasn't actually involved in it, etc.
So if we said Peter is definitely collecting PII on millions of people across the internet and using it for personal gain.
You'd have to tell a lie, though. That's the problem.
But wait, you didn't even let me finish. Hold on. What would you do? Would you sue Google?
Didn't you like... Oh.
Or,
sorry.
Yes.
I thought it was quite a good joke.
No, but you could also just buy a cheap domain, create a blog, okay, super easily, and then just like SEO yourself. This is not hard to do. To get
PeterStoleYourIdentity.com.
Yes.
Okay.
Or Peter did not steal your identity.com. Whatever.
Feels like it's like a chaotic D&D episode. Like it's like you guys are just rolling nat 20s and nat 1s and things are just chaotic.
Wow. That might be the geekiest this show's been yet.
We just talked about Star Trek and Star Wars, so probably not.
And D&D.
D&D, check.
D&D, yeah, okay. All right.
Now let's talk about Warhammer.
It's called The Right to be Forgotten, and it's enshrined in EU law under the General Data Protection
Really
Act.
under EU law?
Yeah, it's the GDPR, mate.
You're saying that applies to Google Search Index?
It does in Europe, but not in Australia. This whole thing.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, right, yeah.
So in Europe, I could go to Google and say, remove this article about me from your search results.
Yep.
Really?
Really?
Yep. It happens.
Sounds
all the time.
almost like
It's like if you had some data and you wanted to protect it, and then you had to kind of like some regulation in a sort of general sense about it.
Gives a lot of power.
But Google is linking to a story that's written about you someplace else.
Exactly.
How does Google even know it's about you necessarily?
This is like the Quad 9 issue. Google's just directing.
No,
that's what I'm thinking.
It's not.
But kind of.
No.
Wow, I'm surprised by Peter's position on this.
It's an individual asserting their right to have fake information about themselves removed from the internet.
Flippy floppy.
So I could see the story was published on The Age.
Fuck you, John.
See,
I agree with you this time, but knock it off, all right? Sorry, go on.
Sorry.
So here's the story.
Am I looking at the right place?
I can bring it back on here.
Yeah, you are. Where is it down there?
And the issue is that there was a link in the Google search results to this story. If it was the case that this guy sued this website to have the story taken down,
right?
Cool. I have no problem with that. But to sue Google to remove the search index for it, that seems ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, Google...
and now he'll sue us for sharing the story because we have it in our show.
Well, no, he's going to sue YouTube.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yes, that's exactly right.
But like,
and
exactly,
cool
this I'm not cool with this, and I'll tell you why I don't think it's cool, because what Mike said is, or Mike agreed with me regarding the whole Quad 9 thing. Google
you almost thought I was right.
Google is indexing the internet while they do so kind of sketchily. They don't do it like DuckDuckGo. They still have, I guess where I'm going with this is Google's bad, but Google search is not bad. Does that make sense? Yeah.
I
totally actually lost everything. So that was my recovery.
But still you were right.
Thoughts? Thank you. Thoughts, Peter?
What?
I've made a strong argument, I know.
Yeah, you're wrong. It's not really up to me or you. That's the problem. It's already enshrined in UK law.
But you keep saying that, but Australia isn't in Europe.
I know.
It was German law that said Quad 9 was wrong. So don't think about it whether it's in law or not. You're saying this is fundamentally different from the Quad 9 case. How?
Because that's a corporation exerting its influence over another service provider. If the government had told Quad 9 to remove DNS records for something because it was illegal, different situation. But this is Sony telling Quad 9 to remove links that it placed, like information pointing to links that it planted about something that was illegal, which is utter bullshit.
I still don't see how that's different.
Because Sony are the people who are claiming it's illegal and telling you it's illegal.
Well, that's what this guy's
individual.
Doing.
Yeah, but he's an individual and he has rights to information held about himself.
Corporations are people too, my friend.
And they're psychopaths. If you look at what kind of personality they are.
Thing you could have said.
It's true.
It was a quote of Mitt Romney from his presidential election.
Yeah, someone did a study, actually, a psychological profile. Some psychiatrists did a profile. They said, all right, if corporations are people, what kind of people are they? Turns out, sociopaths.
Yeah, but the CEOs that usually run companies, like track record wise, sociopaths.
Yeah.
Also sociopaths. Yep, nailed it.
Also sociopaths. No,
but legally, there's not. What I'm saying is, like, legally, that's not.
I think what Peter is saying, that in Europe there really is a distinction, and he's like, I guess true. It is true that a human is different than a company.
No, I don't have the right to say what is and isn't illegal. Those are laws created by governments, by people smarter than me, who, like lawyers, right? They can tell me what is and isn't illegal. They can be influenced by the opinions of their citizens, right? And what Peter, is an actual right.
I'm a sovereign citizen, okay?
Yeah.
And I have the right to deem what I deem legal or illegal, you know?
Yeah, well, Mr. Citizen, let's see how that holds up in court.
Citizen.
No, because nobody is. Nobody's a fucking sovereign citizen.
I think in this... So, I guess I'm surprised by your reaction, Peter.
I don't get it. I don't understand why you're surprised.
Google's an index, just like Quad 9 is an index. It's just telling you where you can find a certain piece of information.
I think suing Google was the wrong place.
They're not just an index. They hold the metadata that they hold about. It's not just a pointer in a DNS record. A DNS record is a pointer to another place. Google has snippets. It has like a preview page.
Titles,
it has the title. Has a lot of information.
But all they're telling you
it's over there.
Is where that information exists on the internet.
Not.
It's still going to exist on the information.
Well, right. I think what you're saying, Peter.
So
is that
every Google search result page is your result is here. Number 2 result is here. Number 3 result is here, and you don't see anything about it before you click the link. You see lots of it about it.
That'd be kind of like bingo for Google, you know.
It would be, wouldn't it? Yeah.
So you're saying because I can see the false information on Google before I go to the page, it is now Google's responsibility.
So did he sue the article where this was written about, or completely disregarded because it's Google? Well,
that
he probably did.
Interesting argument, Peter.
I get what you're saying, Peter. They're hosting that snippet of data, which is enough.
Yeah.
Right. That's a news source in its own, I guess.
I've done searches before where people have exercised their right to be forgotten. and had results removed, and it says in the search results, some search results have been removed, and then you look at the transparency report, and it shows you, so it's not like it's just all the information about the search result is removed, the link to it, everything.
I don't like it, but I guess I understand.
Yeah, I'm also not a huge fan of it, I guess. But the internet's a bad place, so it's a good thing that Google should be able to clean it up, I guess.
What's the difference? If I say Mike is a massive slut, right? Which we all know actually is true, but let's pretend it's not for the case of the argument, for the sake of the argument. And then I Google Mike slut, and it comes up, number 1 result, Mike is a massive slut. Then he wins his stupid lawsuit against me because I'm supposed to stop saying that to everybody, and he gets the article taken down. It's still in Google's index, right? So then people can still Google, is Mike a massive slut? And it just, Google's saying, yeah, he is. Most people don't go past the search engine results.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. All right. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got me semi-convinced, but fuck Australia still and their stupid digital laws, so.
You gotta say me, John!
I'm not quite where John is, but I get the point. I still don't think going after Google's the right way, but okay.